During the coronavirus pandemic, I became an expert online shopper. I became incredibly good at picking the freshest vegetables, the best wines, and of course the softest toilet paper. And I became exceptionally talented in finding loose-fitting yet Zoom-appropriate clothing. Even though I'm very proud of my new expert status, I didn't achieve it entirely on my own. I was continuously, you might even say aggressively, helped by the different companies and their strategic communication. On the grocery store's website, I got increasingly on-point recommendations for food I might like, including food I didn't know I liked, but suddenly craved. And in newsletters from clothing stores, I was alerted to great deals on the latest fashion within loose-fitting clothes, clothes that coincidentally matched the ones I'd already bought. Personalized and continuously adjusted communication, in other words, helped me achieve my expert status. And yes, it also helped the companies achieve their strategic goal, convinced me that online shopping is fun and that the fun never has to end. But it wasn't lots of hard-working communication professionals that convinced me. It was lots of machines. Artificially intelligent machines that have been trained to track, analyze, and learn from my behavior. And based on that learning, strategize and execute communication on behalf of the companies. Or from my perspective, as the companies. Because in none of the communication did the machine identify itself. The newsletters, for instance, did not end with no employee at this company was involved in putting together these great deals. It was only me, machine XYZ. Have a great day. There is no doubt that AI will bring about a variety of opportunities and challenges for strategic communication. From real-time monitoring, personalized targeting, and sophisticated automation, to privacy violations, deliberate blackboxing, and potential job replacement. There's also little doubt that AI will affect the practices of communication professionals, the way people like you do your work. The big question is, of course, how? How will artificial intelligent machines influence the way communicators do their job? Unfortunately, there is not one big answer. There are several, and they all depend on what exactly we mean by AI. What do the machines need to be able to do for us to call them intelligent? For some, machines are only intelligent if they pass the so-called Turing test. The test is named after Alan Turing and his article Computing Machinery and Intelligence, published in 1950. In the article he says, if a person interacts with another person and a machine at the same time, but is unable to distinguish the machine from the other person, then the machine exhibits intelligent behavior. In other words, it must be self-aware, creative, socially skilled, and have general knowledge, or else it is not intelligent. AI hence means machines that are able to do exactly what you and I do, in all aspects, including building emotional relationships, understanding implicit contextual factors, and critical thinking. From this perspective, the answer to how AI will affect the work of communication professionals is straightforward. You will be replaced. You, the communicator, will become redundant. AI will do all the things that you do, only faster, better, and in a much more reliable manner. However, some, including myself, would argue that this understanding of AI is too narrow and not that useful. At least not for the foreseeable future. Because currently there are no machines capable of passing the Turing test. There simply isn't any machine available that has human ability. And according to most AI experts, we likely will not until 2075. So a more useful way might hence be to understand AI in terms of degrees of intelligence, that some machines have broader and deeper capabilities than others. The first humanized AI, also called artificial superintelligence, describes machines that are able to experience, understand, and behave exactly like a human. As mentioned, some view this as true artificial intelligence, as this is the only machines that are fully able to pass the Turing test. The second, human-inspired AI, also called artificial general intelligence, describes machines that are able to understand and consider human emotions as well as situational contexts. But they cannot show emotion, nor do they have universal social skills. But they are able to autonomously learn and reason based on the data they encounter, and as well develop new capabilities beyond the tasks that they were originally designed for. A lot of organizations are working on developing human-inspired AI, but not that many have gotten to implementing it. There are some pioneers, however, such as the American corporation Walmart. The company uses AI to detect if customers queuing up at checkouts become unhappy and frustrated. If so, which is very likely, the AI will intervene, either by opening new cashiers or by encouraging the store manager to offer snacks and drinks to those in line. When it comes to analytical AI, on the other hand, examples are aplenty. This type of AI is what makes Siri and Alexa understand your voice and act accordingly. It allows Facebook to recognize and tag friends in your photos, and it enables self-driving cars. This type of AI, also called artificial narrow intelligence, describes machines that are designed to execute one specific task or solve one specific problem. They do so based on meticulously defined and detailed rules for how to collect, interpret, and act on the data they encounter. Over time, they might learn from the data and thus become better at solving the problem, but they do not have the capability of detecting problems they are not trained to detect, or develop skills they don't already have. Analytical AI hence describes more or less sophisticated automation technologies, such as customer service chatbots, those you find on basically any website. At their core, they all operate the same way. Identify predefined keywords and offer a predefined answer. If A, then B. And you've probably experienced that even the smallest deviation from A will make the chatbot suggest you talk to a human operator. There is no doubt that analytical AI have replaced some communication jobs, but they will not replace them all. Because even if a machine can memorize more information in 1 second than you and I can in a lifetime, most communication jobs entail more than memorizing. In particular, creative thinking, contextual understanding, and social skills. And as mentioned, we are far away from machines being able to do all of that. So to conclude, I would say that the most important way AI affects communication professionals, the way you do your job, is by pointing to the need for you to spend more time explaining the how and the why of communication. The how of communication relates to the need for communication professionals to be involved in the development and implementation of AI, particularly in relation to identifying how AI can productively serve a communicative purpose, and then training the AI for that purpose. Because artificially intelligent machines are only as intelligent as the data we use to train them. Hence, they need to be exposed to data that fits the organization's communication strategy. Or else they will end up working against and not for the communicative goals. The why of communication relates to the need for communication professionals to pay more attention to, and honestly become better at, explaining why the organization communicates the way it does. It is well known that consumers judge the quality of a service based on the gap between their expectation and reality. As more AI are integrated with organizations' strategic communication, more gaps are likely to occur. More situations where a customer will be exposed to communication by and with a machine. Communication that might not always make sense to that customer, perhaps even make the customer question doing business with you. The opening of this talk might have given you the impression that the ride to my new expert status was smooth, that the personalized and continuously adjusted communication was always on point. It was not. There were definitely situations where I screamed, "Why? Why are you suggesting I eat exactly the same food as last week? Why are you sending me ads on social media for the shoes I already bought? And why are you not telling me, in a way I can understand, how you track my online behavior?" Stephen Hawking called AI either the best or the worst thing ever to happen to humanity. From my point of view, as an expert online shopper, it is not either or, it's both.